Welcome back to my beautiful 12 subscribers if you have not forgotten about my channel, okay? I have not. I still have plans for this. Where have I been? Well, I have Lyme disease, and it's been kicking my butt for the past 7 months. Didn't know that it was Lyme until recently. Anyways, this is not about Lyme or a pity party. Rather, what I have learned through this process and some reflections. Okay, number 1. Oftentimes when we are in a dark place, we think that we've been buried when really we've just been planted. So picture a little seedling deep down in the soil. It's dark, it's cold, it's heavy. It has no idea that it is about to be transformed into this beautiful plant. The same goes for us as human beings when we go through these dark phases and suffering, because we live in a fallen world, we're human and it's inevitable. We think that we've been crushed, that we've been buried, that we're stuck under here, and we can't seem to see the light, when really it is such a beautiful process going on behind the scenes that we can't see. And so we don't realize that we're being shaped, shifted, sharpened in order to level up and to transform into something bigger and better than we could ever imagine. And pain is truly, truly such a gift. Suffering is such a gift. We don't want to recognize that in the moment, and we often can't see the picture when we're in the frame. But it is such a gift, because I don't know about you, but for me, I have only ever seen true change in my character through adversity. And think about the hardships that you've endured and how most likely you come out of it a better version of yourself. And so it's not to be mistaken that change and growth is a painful process. We see this. Perfect examples in nature. 1, snakes. They have to shed their layers of skin or else they die. But that is a painful process. They are literally outgrowing the entire outer layer of their skin. And that's a painful process. They do it anyways. Number 2, caterpillars in a chrysalis. When they are getting ready to become a butterfly, they have no idea that they're going to be a butterfly. They're in this cold little cocoon. It's wet, it's cold. They're essentially like in their own mucus, I believe. Look that up. It is a very interesting process, but it is known to be painful. They do it anyways. Us as humans, we are often resistant to change, and because we know that it is going to be painful. And so we choose to stay in the comfort. But can you imagine a life where you stay down here buried and you keep burying yourself deeper because it's more comfortable? And at the end of your life, you think about what you could have been had you just taken a couple painful transitions and shedded a couple layers in order to be here. That would be a lot more painful than any bit of action that you need to take in order to become a better version of yourself would be. You know what I mean? This brings me to my next point. You cannot be pitiful and powerful at the same time. This is my opinion. I don't think that those two things can simultaneously exist. So when you are down here and you think that you've been buried, you have essentially 2 choices. You can throw yourself a pity party, which is what I was doing, and bury yourself deeper and go down a darker path. Or you can feed the part of your brain that is hungry for change, that is hungry to be better, and that knows that you are made for more. So when you are feeding this part of your brain, the little pitiful you are thinking, I'm never gonna come out of this. I'm just gonna keep, why are these things happening to me? I can't come up for air, yada, 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 wah. You know, we all have a sob story. Everybody faces hardships. But if you stay there for long enough, you are gonna bury yourself deeper, and you're not gonna be able to be planted. And so when you start feeding this part of your brain that is hungry for change, I don't care what it takes. I had to crawl myself out. I was not in a good place, and I saw myself going down a darker path. Army crawling out of it. I don't care what you have to do. Nobody's gonna do it for you. You just have to do it. Just start. Just get hungry. Do it. And you will realize that the pitiful part of you will slowly start to dissipate, and naturally you will just start to get on a better path, and you will see why you were buried in the first place. And I often think that for me, I know in the blissful moments of my life and the happy moments, I'm not having true reflection on who I am, and therefore I am not experiencing, the higher versions of myself. And so I feel like at this phase in my life, and for any dark phase of my life, God is saying, okay, if you continue on this path, you're not seeing what you need to see, so I need to cut you down. I need to break you down and rebuild you. And this is really what I felt the past couple months, dealing with the neurological and all the effects of Lyme disease, right? It's just an example of this dark spot. It's not about Lyme disease itself, but just how I was throwing myself a pity party and could not get myself out of it until you change your perspective and sharpen your mind and realize that you are not meant to stay here, and that you're here for a reason, yes, but you are becoming something and being made to transform into something better. Picking up what I'm putting down? This is a lot of rambling, but I'm excited to be feeling like myself again, okay? And I'm very blessed to have the energy to get back into this.